Hello, and welcome to Hockey Talkie. I know what you're thinking. Why is Christopher Walken in an episode of Hockey Talkie? I'll tell you why. It's because it's preseason, baby. Welcome to Hockey Talkie. It's me, your real host, Clay. I apologize. It wasn't my best Christopher Walken impression, so I apologize about that. But, I enjoyed it. So, this episode, we are going to be talking about the preseason because, finally, hockey is back. It's back, baby. So the Blackhawks play 6 preseason games, 2 against the Red Wings, 2 against the Columbus Blue Jackets, and 2 against the Ottawa Senators. I'm not going to be doing recap videos after every single game because I just don't think it's really worth it. For preseason, you're looking more in terms of trends rather than individual game results. You look back at 2015, the last year the Blackhawks won a Stanley Cup. They went 2-3-1 in the preseason. Results in the preseason just don't matter. So it doesn't make sense to actually kind of break down and critique and review results. Preseason, we're looking for young guys, how they're developing. We're looking at guys trying to make the team position battles. And we're trying to look at different line combinations and just kind of different things that the organization is trying. And that becomes more apparent kind of over the case of 2 or 3 games. So that's why I'm kind of doing a preview video, a midpoint video after 3 games, and then kind of a review video after the last 3 games. So that's my strategy. Hopefully that's all right with you guys, but I feel like that kind of makes the most sense. So training camp has started. We've heard from coaches and Stan Bowman that this team is the best conditioned team that they've ever seen or had. We'll see what that means. It could just be blowing smoke in the air. But I've also seen Corey Crawford on the ice doing individual drills with goaltender coach Jimmy Waite. He hasn't practiced with the team, but at least he's on the ice and doing drills, and the intensity seems to be ramping up. That's really, really nice to see after the past 9 months of just speculation. We learned that he's been dealing with concussion symptoms, which it would have been nice if they just would have told us that, because then rumors wouldn't have spread and everything. Concussions are a fickle beast. They affect everyone differently. Some guys or people can get over it in a day or 2 or a week, and then other people, it takes months or a year. I mean, look at Sidney Crosby. He missed an entire year basically because of concussion. So this is nothing new in terms of concussion symptoms lasting this long. But it's good to see Crawford kind of back on the ice and getting back into shape. I don't see him playing in the preseason at all. He's not a guy that's really fighting for a spot, so it really doesn't matter. Once he kind of is cleared to go and everything, he's going to be on the main roster starting. So it'll be interesting to see how his progression goes and when he actually starts practicing with the team. But very, very positive signs from that aspect. We also heard about some injuries plaguing our blue line. In addition to Forsling being out until November, Brent Seabrook was thought to be out a week with an abdominal injury. Not really that big of a deal in the big scheme of things, but it actually turned out to be better than they initially thought. So he only missed a day, and now he's out practicing with the team. So that's really nice to see, considering he's been putting in a lot of work this offseason to drop some weight, get faster, and try to make this season more of a revenge season for himself. Unfortunately, on the flip side, we have Connor Murphy, who had a back injury, and he's going to be out 8-ish weeks. So that basically means that the door is wide open for somebody, some prospect, to make the roster out of camp. And you got to think the front runner is 2017 first-round pick Henri Jokiharju. He had a great season last year with the Portland Winterhawks, and at 19 years old, I mean, he still has plenty of time to develop, but you could definitely see him making this team out of camp, especially if he plays well in these preseason games. On the forward front, there's a lot of guys that are going to be vying for some bottom six roles. It's a congested bunch, too. You got Victor Edsel, you got Dominic Cahoon, you have John Hayden, you have Andreas Martinson, you have Luke Johnson, you have Matthew Highmore, you have Nathan Noel possibly. You have a lot of guys vying for not a lot of spots. So it's going to be interesting to see during the preseason kind of what guys stick out and who really kind of make their case coming out of camp. Now, obviously, injuries will happen over the course of the season. These guys that don't make it out of camp will get called up at some point. But everyone, wants to make the team right out of camp. So those are kind of the storylines and players to look for this preseason in terms of our opponents. We have guys like Artemi Panarin that we can watch. For the Blue Jackets, hopefully. Red Wings, it's always fun to kind of play them again, especially since they moved over to the Eastern Conference. They abandoned us. And then also we have the Ottawa Senators, who we actually play in our first regular season game. We play them twice in the preseason, so we get a little bit of a look into what we're going to see at the start of the regular season with a team that's, for the first time in a long time, without their captain, Erik Karlsson. It's going to be interesting, but yeah. So that's pretty much it for this preseason preview video. Like I said, I will do another video kind of the midway point of the preseason and then one at the end. But until then, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that as always, but most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you in a little bit.